Force-E divers.
Divers.
Thank you for tuning in. We have a great presentation for you guys tonight. A little bit about me. I'm Nicole. I'm your social media director, events coordinator, and we also have Rachel, who
Hey guys.
is our travel manager. We have lots of great travel planned for 2025 and even into 2026. And we have a great trip planned to St. Eustatius with Golden Rock and with Miss Sophie over here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey
Hello.
Sophie. Hi.
So we're going to give a presentation about the trip that we are going to be leading down to this island, and we will give you information about how to get there, what it's like when we're down there, the diving, and anything little bits and information you're going to need to be able to make your choice to get booked on this trip. Right, Rach?
Yep.
All right. So, Sophie, go ahead, take it away.
Hi everyone. So nice to be speaking with all of you. My name's Sophie. I am head of sales at this lovely resort called Golden Rock Dive and Nature Resort on a tiny little island in the Caribbean called St Eustatius. And so we are in the St Martin, St Bart's, and St Kitts. We're in that little travel corridor, and we are only 8 square miles of island. So we are nice and peaceful and relaxing. Couple different ways to get to us. One is to fly into St. Martin, where you can take the Winair puddle jumper across. It takes about 16 minutes on one of these flights. The more fun way is to fly into St. Kitts. We can organize a speedboat concierge service for you, where we will pick you up from the airport, put you on the speedboat, and fill you with so much rum punch that you're drunk within an hour of arriving to us. So that's the more fun way of doing it. A little bit of history about our island. We were one of the busiest trading ports back in the 1700s. They made us, when the Dutch took us over, they made us tax-free, and all of these boats were coming to trade with us on our island from all over the world and across the seas, which means that there's a lot of relics of the past that remain in the water. So there's an estimated 400 shipwrecks in our waters and in our marine park. So there's a lot of great underwater exploring and snorkeling to be had on the island. Back in the 1700s, there was this one boat that came to the harbour to trade, and it had just stripes on the flag. And instead of shooing it away like every other country had, St Eustatius fired a salute to say that it was okay for them to trade. And they came in, and it turned out that we were the first country ever to recognise the United States of America. So you're all welcome for that one. And there's a great fort that you can learn all about the history that you can see in the picture on the screen as well. So that's some great history for the island. We like to say we are a truly authentic Caribbean experience. So we have 0 cruise ships, which means that our underwater experiences are nice and peaceful, calm, and with very limited bleaching. And we don't have a Starbucks or a McDonald's, so no commercialization on the island, but we do a good coffee and a good burger up at the resort, thankfully. Because of all of this history, there's a lot of great things underneath the water and topside as well. On the left-hand side, you can see the old snorkel on the old city wall, where you can see eagle rays and anchors and cannons and turtles and all kinds of lovely underwater adventures. And on the right-hand side, the entrance to the English Quarter for the plantations. So the island tours and the topside activities are really interesting to look at as well. When you're looking at the animals on the island, there's lots of these tiny little lizards all over the place, the orange-faced ones, and lots of different plants that are endemic to the island as well, including the station morning glory, which means that the island's very, very pretty and luscious. A little bit about our diving operation. So we just launched a year ago our in-house PADI 5-star valet dive center, including an in-house lagoon. So it means that valet, we are taking your gear when you arrive, setting it up on the boat for you, cleaning it, storing it, changing your tanks over for you. We're even taking your fins off under the water if that's what you would like to experience underneath the water. And on site, we have a lagoon. So it is 35 feet deep, 85 feet above sea level. And you can, there's an American school bus sunk to the bottom of it that you can even dive around as well. We have 3 state-of-the-art boats. There's 2 of them here, Stormy and Patricia, and we have a third one called Sam. All of them are state-of-the-art. They have marine heads. They We do snacks on board, and we guarantee you will be the only dive boat at your dive site also, which means that it's nice and peaceful and not pushing everywhere to see an octopus or a turtle or anything underneath the water. We were just voted on the island by the Scuba Diving Magazine Reader's Choice Awards #1 in macro, wreck, and health of marine environment, which means that our wrecks are amazing. If you're a photographer, there is a lot of great macro to see underneath the water. And the health of the marine life, there's hardly any bleaching underneath there. And then the National Geographic voted us last year some of the best diving in the Caribbean. So I will be shouting that from the rooftops for a very long time to come. When you look at the island itself, we are a marine park up to the 100-foot line. We are a turtle, eagle ray, and shark sanctuary, and we have 36 great dive sites across the island. It's just a quick 10-minute shuttle from the Atlantic side to the Caribbean side to meet the dive boats in the morning. That's all included in your package also. And you can get everything underneath the water, from wrecks to walls to everything. And you even have the Boven National Park, which is our erupted volcano, that when it erupted and exploded, all of the lava went into the water and it created these really nutrient-dense lava fingers where you get lots of different sea life underneath the water. Because of the rich history of Statia, you get a lot of great anchors and cannons and a lot of historical items. There's normally always a ray sitting next to the anchors guarding it. And if you are a photographer, this is a beautiful spot. The blue beads, so these are back in the slavery days of the island. The slaves were all paid in these little glass and clay blue beads. When slavery ended, they threw the blue beads into the water, and to this day, we still find them. Fabio, one of our dive instructors, actually found one last week, but the story is that they find you and not the other way around. We have some great wrecks underneath the water as well. On the left-hand side, we have a wreck that's part of Stanapa, and we've also got one called the Chen Tong wreck. And then we have the Charles Brown. It's one of the largest shipwrecks in the Caribbean. It's actually an old cable layer, and you can see all kinds of different parts of the boat, and it was sunk perfectly back in 2000, so it's in great condition to explore. Lots of different Caribbean fish underneath the water as well. Everything from porcupine fish, French angelfish. There's all kinds of different lovely creatures underneath the water waiting for you to come and say hi to them. Turtles, we get all kinds of different turtles as well. We are at the turtle sanctuary up to the 100-foot line, and you can see all kinds of different ones. We did a dive site last week called Aquarium, and we got 9 turtles on one dive, which was just magic to see them all playing with each other. And then our sharks, we do get Caribbean reef sharks and nurse sharks. We haven't seen some of the bigger boys like your tiger sharks in a while, but there's a lot of great nurse sharks and reef sharks hanging around the marine park also. And as you can see from these photos, it's really nutrient dense, nice and colorful underneath there. It's a photographer's dream. And if you're not a photographer, there's still lots to see to keep the dives really interesting. Topside, we are a national park across most of the island. 2 national parks. One is Boven, which is the erupted volcano, which has created some really naturally forming Venus pools. And then we also have the Quill, which is our dormant volcano. It is within your limits, so you can hike it on the same day or on that 6th day when you're on the trip. And it's its own microclimate. You can even climb into the crater. So it's got all kinds of different topography up there, birds and trees, everything's a little bit different. It's really cool to see the scenery change as you go past. And then the resort. So we are 75 bedrooms, over 40 acres, but don't worry, there is an all-electric train going around the resort. So if you don't want to walk anywhere across the resort, then there is other options for you. As you can see here, it's really nice and luscious because we have over 130,000 plants, flora and fauna on the property. You can see Olivia here on the photos walking down one of our many paths that's just filled with so much natural flora and colours. On the right-hand side is Harry and Henry the hummingbirds. We didn't have hummingbirds on the property until we started planting the plants like firecracker and other types of plants that attracted them. And now we're home to many, many hummingbirds. And if you sit still enough, they'll come over to you. into the plants that are surrounding the restaurants. We are eco-conscious. So we are built on 2,240 solar panels that produce 0.8 megawatts of electricity and 2 double reverse osmosis systems where we actually take the water, treat it, and that's our drinking water. It goes back through the system, and that's what we use to irrigate the 100. We also have a 20,000 square foot greenhouse on property where guests can go in and pick their own lettuce. It's roughly around 90% of the vegetables from the greenhouse are used in the restaurants. And we also even have a chicken hotel. So if you wanted to pick your own eggs in the morning for your omelets, then the chicken hotel's there ready for you. In terms of accommodation, we're really lucky. All of our accommodation looks right out onto the Atlantic, so there's really pretty sunrises, and you're always going to have that beautiful view off the balcony. This is our deluxe room, so big king-size bed, rainfall showers, big balconies with drying racks, and so much storage for all that dive equipment that always comes on these dive trips. We also have the Golden Rock Suite, so we have 3 of these in total. These have big double balconies with the sofas and the sunbeds. Again, so much storage, the rainfall showers, the bathtubs, and they have an additional living space that you can see on the top left-hand side with the sofa and the dining room tables and chairs as well. The Villa Suites, so there's 4 of these in each block. These have more sweeping views that come from the volcano all the way down to the ocean. So these are really lovely to be sat on your balcony and watch the changing Caribbean sky. Again, these have great king beds, bathtub, rainfall showers, and the living room space. So if you're looking for more space, then the upgrades are available, and Rachel's your best person to speak to about those options. And then the cottages. So we have 11 one-bedrooms and 6 two-bedrooms. So if you have any families that want to come on the trip or couples that want to share, then these are great options for you. They have side with a hob, the love chair. You've got the private balconies with the sunbeds that look out onto the ocean, a living space, and these have great showers as well. And again, those lovely king-size beds. We've great restaurants on property. So this one's called Breeze. This one's a little bit more formal dining. It serves things like grilled duck breast on a bed of. That's the kind of language that we use on the menus up here. But don't worry, if you're more of a burger and a pasta kind of person, we do a great one of them also. This is where we serve breakfast and lunch. So it's where a lot of the divers congregate before we head down to the dive shop to meet and go diving. And they serve great pool snacks as well. You can see here that Chef Flores, Tian, and the team have come up with some really nice concepts for food. The presentation's amazing and it tastes even better. And then we have Bobby's. So Bobby sits at the bottom of the property, but don't worry, like I mentioned, there is an all-electric train that goes around the property if you don't want to walk down or back up the hill. Bobby's is a little bit more family sharing style. We have Chef Eric, who's a Nobu trained sushi chef, serving all kinds of great sushi creations. We've got tomahawks, mixed grill platters, pizzas, all kinds of different things down here. And you can see Katrina there enjoying a glass of wine as she looks out onto the ocean with her mixed grill platter. And it's right next to the lagoon, so after you dive, you can always just relax down in Bobby's before heading into dinner. In terms of resort activities, we have pickleball and padel courts. We have a multi-purpose football, tennis, basketball, you name it, you can play it. We have a 24-hour gym, mini golf that's great for families or just if you're beating each other. And then we also have all kind of board games and everything like that. We have 2 beautiful swimming pools on property. Both are Atlantic facing, so you get lovely sea views when you're chilling by the pool. You have the Hummingbird pool, which is the one in the middle with the sunken beds, and then you have the hibiscus pool, the one on the left, with that great backdrop of the volcano. Both have pool service, and you can order snacks to the pool as well. In terms of bookable activities, there is lots to do. There's yoga, sip and paint, spa, historical tours, hikes, island tours, sunset cruises. There's a lot going on the property, and we're really looking forward to welcoming you. For anyone that maybe might need to take a quick call when they are on their holiday, we do have meeting spaces so you can take those calls in private. And then we are hopefully building a cinema by the end of the year. So it's not going to be quite ready for your trip this year, but by the end of next year, we're hoping that it will be ready for you when you guys come back in 2026. And that's us. Lots of information there. I'll make sure to share the presentation with Nicole and Rachel so they have all of the information. And yeah, just let me know if there's any questions at all.
Awesome. Thank you so much. What a beautiful resort. Oh my goodness, you guys, what a treat. I am so excited for this trip.
I
Currently,
want to go.
I'm ready to get you down.
so currently we do have a trip booked. Rachel, what are the dates?
So it is June 7th through the 14th this year. So only about like 5 months away. If you're interested in this trip, definitely let us know so we can get you booked.
And the trip leader that we have so far going is,
It's Michael Arsenal.
and he is our manager from our Boynton Beach location. He ran our Rotan trip last year. Everyone has a lot of fun with Mike.
And Cozumel.
Oh, that's right, and Cosmo, yeah. And he's got some comedy sayings sometimes when he's out on dive boats. So if you want to have a good time, come on down, get booked. So Rachel, how many dives are they getting each day?
It's 2 dives a day. And if they want to add more, they can talk about an afternoon package. The What's included in that was everything Sophie was discussing with the accommodations and all of the meals. There's also an alcohol package if they want it. That can be added as well. So yeah, lots included in that. I mean, that resort looks so beautiful. I don't even know if I've ever stayed at a resort that beautiful with the everything else besides diving. I just want to hang out with the chickens.
So with the diving, there's also air and nitrox included, correct? Yep. And is there opportunities to do night dives?
Yeah, opportunities there. We just need a minimum of 6, which I'm sure we will get on these trips. We always do. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll get a night dive or two in the schedule as well for everyone that's coming down.
So you did talk about all the beautiful scenery and wrecks and the big animals, but it is known for the smaller things like nudibranchs and frogfish and seahorse.
Newbanks, frogfish, seahorses, all the kinds of tiny little things that I really struggle to find. So I'm really glad I have Erica, Fabio, Shelka, and the team that are great at finding these tiny little things for either the photographers or the people that are just coming down to look at it.
Even that wreck of the Charlie Brown is huge. That was
Huge.
amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. And the beads. That's really, really cool to find one of those beads.
The beads are cool. Yeah, Fabio got one last week, and I really need someone else to find one so he has someone to speak to about it because he will not stop talking about it.
Cool.
And then just going back into some resort amenities, when it comes to the menu, you talked about all the delicious foods that they can make, but they do have ways to make for people who have dietary needs, things like if you're vegan or if you're gluten-free, dairy-free, all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Our menus are very extensive, and just tell us ideally in advance so we can make sure that we have everything prepared, and make sure that we have all the kinds of different options for you. But whether it's a gluten-free pizza to dairy-free dishes, everything's possible. Just let us know. Vegan, vegetarian, Chef Flores and the team will look after you for sure.
Excellent. So, Rachel, what is one of the reasons why you should book a dive to this location with Force-E?
Well, anyone should book any trip with Force-E because, first of all, we take all of the guesswork out of travel. When people want to know what they're going to see, what time of the year to go, what the water temperature is like, and all the logistics when it comes to going out on your own. That's why you do it with us because we make everything streamlined. We make it a seamless, fun experience, and you meet some really awesome dive buddies, people that end up going on trips. They end up being friends for life and going on trips together. And it's really a fun bond that we end up making with all of our Force-E trips.
So, one of the things that is not included in the package is airfare. And Sophie did point out how to get to the island. So, Rachel, you can help people with planning their trip, whether they're coming from the South Florida area or if you don't live in the South Florida area, you can help them understand where to book their flights and where to fly into and how to get to the island.
Absolutely. So right now I'm already tracking the prices of this particular flight into St. Kitts. It's if you sign up soon, it's around $500 right now for the economy class tickets on American nonstop right into St. Kitts. And then we will most likely do the fun ferry, the private VIP treatment so that everyone can kind of go together and they don't have to worry about luggage or any type of restrictions. And I think it'd be nice if everyone just kind of goes together. So right now, flights are still really cheap. But like I said, we're only 5 months away right now-ish. So I think it's a good idea to get people signed up soon.
Excellent. Well, I don't think I have any other questions. Is there anything else, Sophie or Rachel, you'd like to add?
No, the
Just
water's.
pricing. But you go
Oh
ahead.
yeah.
You go first.
No, I
You
was
know,
just gonna say the water's warm, pack of 3 ml, you don't need more than that. And then yeah, Rachel's your person to speak to about pricing and everything, and we're looking forward to welcoming.
Yeah, so for pricing, give us a call at Force-E in Boynton. Talk to Rachel, or you can message her. Her email is Rachel, RACHEL, at force-e.com. Since there's so many different pricing packages that you can get with this trip, go ahead and inquire with her so that she can build that trip out for you.
Also, if you don't want to pay everything up front, we have payment plans for you too to help out.
Excellent. So, guys, you saw the presentation. You saw how gorgeous this island is. So let's get booked and let's go diving.
Woo!
Yay!
All right. Thank you so much, Sophie. We'll talk
Bye,
to you
thank
soon. We'll
you.
see you
We'll
soon.
see you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.